See everybody. It's been a long time. I'll do to y'all what I've been doing to our players pretty much the start of every practice. We always remind them where we've been, where we are, and where we're going. So just a quick recap. The excitement that we finished the year out on last year, we've rolled in, done all the things that you hope momentum will do for you in the off season. The momentum of the crowds in Bud Walton Arena, the momentum of playing our best basketball in March, almost into April. That's where we've been, finishing with the second most wins in school history in the SEC, all of those positive things that we put on pamphlets and profiles and things we mail out. That's the where we've been. The where we are is the most important part, where we are today. And we've been practicing for about 2 months. We chose to use our 2-hour windows the way the NCAA breaks it down. We used our 2-hour windows starting pretty much the day we got back on campus. I did not require much of them out of the summer. We had such a long year last year. We had the preseason foreign trip, the extra practices, the time abroad in Italy. Then we played 37 games. So it had been a really, really long year. We have 4 freshmen coming in and a newcomer in Erin Barnum that was here with us all last year. We'll get a chance to talk about her now this year. So we really wanted to give a lot of attention early on to those younger kids. I didn't require a whole bunch out of them out of the summer, so when we got back in school, we got started. Then we had the traditional start date for everybody else, just like everybody else did, and we've been going about 2 weeks doing that. We are better than we were this time last year. Every single roster spot is better than they were this time last year. So that's where we are. Where we're going, excitement's what's driving us there. I think the expectations are higher than they've been in our locker room for a while. Every one of our kids' standards are very, very high, and they've been really, really good in practice ever since we've started. The end. Go, Alyssa. You said the hard ones first. Let's get the hard ones out of the way.
Hard ones out of the way. Well, you look at who you got, but the biggest thing that stands out, you look at the height. You've got a lot more height that you can play with this year. How much is that going to be helpful?
I feel very confident in standing in front of y'all that I really trust and tell you we're going to improve on our rebounding. We were 351 out of 351 last year, so I am telling you we're going to improve rebounding. We're not going to be 351 again, and a lot of that has to do with the added size. It's length too. Some of it's, you don't rebound with the top of your head. So, it's the length of a Marquisha Davis. It's Rokia coming back more comfortable than she's ever been, having played for the Mali national team. But then it's adding some size. It's adding Barnum. It's adding Destiny Oberg. And that is noticeable. Michaela Daniels may be one of the better rebounding guards when it comes to it. So the added height is noticeable on the sheet of paper you held up, but it'll also be noticeable when you get down there and see how we're playing. So we will play double post some this year. That'll be a new look for us. I think that'll help our rebounding. It'll help our defense improve without slowing down our offense. When you see Taylor Thomas, you'll see that although everybody came back improved, she may have come back more improved than anybody we had on our roster. She won our beep test, which is a conditioning test. She beat all the guards, which is really rare for a player that is not a guard to do. So I like the added size, and I think it'll help improve rebounding. Therefore, our defense will improve a little bit too.
What more do you expect out of Dungy after a year that was pretty much incredible? She's
just that leader off the court. As far as production goes, you can't expect that. That was a phenomenal year, but I'm also not going to be shocked if it is outproduced. I do think we have a deeper team around. I think there's more weapons. I think we have more makers than shooters than we've had in the past. You add a Ramirez that's shooting close to 60% in practices. You're going to see her assist totals go up. You'll see her rebounding totals go up. I think you'll see her overall efficiencies improve. Her shooting percentages will go up. She won't have to take as many tough shots. There were a certain number of games last year she had to take some incredibly hard shots because it was the best we were going to get. She won't have to take those this year. So, I've learned with that kid, don't put any ceiling there. Because if you do, you're just setting yourself up for being proved wrong, because she's got that ability. She's done it in practice repeatedly. She had a great summer. And I think when you see her, you'll see a kid that has matured into a fourth-year player. Even though she'll be just a junior on our roster, it's her fourth-year playing.
You just mentioned Marquisha. What has she meant to the team so far, and kind of what do you see her doing this year?
An absolute wow moment every single practice. Just one of those moments where literally everybody stops and looks around at each other like, be sure we roll that back on film. I want to make sure that happened. A rebound or a fly out of nowhere, defensive stop, steal it in transition and pull away from our guys' practice team, lay it up over them, block a shot. We very rarely are able to block our white squad practice team. She's done that numerous times. Something wow every single day that we've had a workout. And she's gained respect of her teammates, the upperclassmen, her classmates. She's, the people that have seen her won't be surprised by some of the things that she does. But when you see it on a daily basis, there's certainly some wow factors there.
What does Amber Ramirez add to this group?
Maker. She's a maker. A lot of people sign up to be shooters, but this is a kid that makes shots. She had 39 yesterday in an inter-squad scrimmage. Her range is, everybody's always worried about this the men having a line down in front of ours, and we're going to shoot it at the first one we see anyway. It's not going to be an issue for us. It's going to be zero issue. She does not look at where that line is at. She feels it. She can shoot it off the dribble, behind screens, a scoring punch that, we have on the wing that we haven't had in a while. A competitive, and somebody who's done it at the highest level. With USA Basketball, she's done it in the Power 5 league. And the year off, much like the year off that Dungy had, she took the most and made the most out of it. You'll see a change in her. What's been done in the weight room and the strength and conditioning, our nutrition centers. You'll just see another example of that our people around here do it right.
Coupling IT and Alexis together, there were just some moments where the two of them were up and they're down and they're up and they're down. Have you seen more consistency out of both of them?
Absolutely. The maturity. Yeah. There's still going to be some ups and downs. I recruit roller coasters. I'm not a merry-go-round guy. When I go to an amusement park, I want some roller coasters. It's good we have some merry-go-rounds, but that's not why everybody shows up. But just the overall understanding. And you see that look in their eyes right now when they go, it's kind of cool to know what we're doing. There's not been a lot of changes. We're going to change some things defensively, but not offensively. And I think between those two, those dips are not as deep, and they don't last as long. They may have a day, but then it's back up. It's not going to be a 3 or 4 or 5 day deal or a week. And it comes with comfort. It comes with, I think, added trust. When you're in those situations, I think we earned Lex's trust last year because she never came out of the lineup even through those slumps. IT had a pro in front of her in Mal. Y'all saw where Mal signed a professional contract. So she had a pro in front of her, an all SEC kid. So it's been fun watching them. IT's been banged up. You'll see that today. She's had some time away, but she'll be coming back in the next couple of weeks.
Who's Kiara? What do you keep seeing from her, and where's she come from a year ago?
She's right where she was at this time a year ago. She always comes in and is a little behind, and then just slowly but steadily starts doing what she does. Rebound it, kick it out, defend, get a rebound you didn't think she was going to get, make an extra pass, good screener. But she's had a 4-year pattern of getting off to a little bit of a slow start. And she knows it. We've already talked about it. She came to me. I didn't even have to come to her. She goes, Coach, I know right where I'm at. I'm going to get there. And it's going to be between now. We don't play till November. So, but she's that senior. And this is a kid who a lot of times if you're not around her, you don't realize how prideful she is that she's from Arkansas and that she's been a part of a team. She was very happy to be a part of that run last year, and the pride that she walked around with around the state when she would go back home to Little Rock. She's a very prideful kid, and I think now as being a senior, it's a kid that's going to have – y'all know this. She's won us a lot of games with her effort around the basket. So, again, I think you can see her and Taylor starting out pretty much splitting time like they did last year, and whichever one plays the best that night will maybe get 25 minutes and the other one get 15. But that's a very important position and role.
You know, you're about to head to SEC Media Days for you guys here, and you look around the league. How much respect do you think that this program now deserves after what you guys did last year, but what you guys are continuing to build?
I'm anxious to find out. I'm hearing it in recruiting a lot. When you start getting negative recruited, it means you're making some noise, and we're starting to get some of that. So that means we've caught some people's attention. I'll be anxious to see where we're picked. You know, I think a lot of people don't put a lot. We do. I like to see that. It tells people what we're thinking. A late season run does have a tendency to kind of build it up. We've got 6 of our top 7 scorers back. You add Ramirez. You add a good freshman class. So I'll be interested to see. I don't think we'll have a double-digit number beside our preseason pick for the first time in a long time. We were looking that up the other day. We've been in the tens and teens, and I don't suspect we'll be there. It'll be interesting to see. But our league got better too. You know, that's what this league does. As well as we finished and as good as we've added, you know, South Carolina brought in arguably the greatest recruiting class in the history of college basketball. So there was a coaching change at Tennessee. There will be a renewed energy there. Andy Katz has picked Texas A&M to go to the Final Four. You know, and I think Mississippi State having what they've done. There's Kentucky with everybody back. It's going to be interesting to see how this all comes out when the media poll first, I think, in a couple of days when we get there, and then the coaches poll a couple of weeks after that. So I don't know. That's a long answer to say I don't know, but I do think it's more excitement than we've had. I think people were deciding whether to pick us 12, 13, or 14 in the past. I don't think that's probably in the conversation.
People might hesitate a little bit when they get to Arkansas and where they rank.
Yeah, I think there'll be a little more thought into it to where we're going to be slotted in there. And again, I know it means nothing when it comes March, but I do think it carries value on October 23rd whenever it comes out. I really do. And I know sometimes we're different in saying that, but I think there is value of some sort in what comes around.
Like having more bodies this year, do you anticipate a deeper rotation or more competition to be in your rotation?
More competition. That's a great question, Brett. More competition for the rotation. I told them I don't see myself changing. I'd like to tell you that maybe I evolve and maybe it happens. If it happens that we play 8 or 10, that'd be fine. But I'm pretty convinced that the top teams, the teams that go deep, have a really tight roster when it comes late February and early March. And they got kicked out of the weight room one time this year, and it's because they were talking about playing time. And it was August. It was August. But they're thinking about it. And I understand. I don't shy away from that. Playing time is what every kid wants to talk about. And then it's shot selection, shot distribution. But I told them flat out, I don't see myself all of a sudden become a 10, 12 rotationally deep person. It's going to make the competition. Practice is very important. As a result, we haven't had very many missed practices. They know that if they are missing out on an opportunity in practice, they're missing out on an opportunity to separate themselves. So it's been healthy. It's not been unhealthy. It's been very, very healthy. It's just new for us.